Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday. I'm Melissa with Lending with Melissa, powered by Edge Home Finance. I'm so glad you stopped by this Sunday. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you today, this morning. If you're watching live, say good morning in the comments for me. And if you're watching the replay, type replay so I know you stopped by. You guys know I love Sunday mornings. I love getting to spend some time with y'all here. And then after our live, I get to go worship with my church family. Sunday gives me a chance to slow down a little bit. I said a little bit, and that's exactly what I want us to do this morning because I want to talk about something that I don't think we talk enough about in the home buying world. You're allowed to change the plan. Let me explain what I mean. Maybe when you first start thinking about buying a home, you picture a certain house, a four-bedroom house, a big backyard, a huge kitchen. Maybe you had a certain neighborhood in mind, or maybe you told yourself, I'm buying this year. But then you start looking at the numbers, you start looking at what the payment would be, you start thinking about other things you want to do with your life. And suddenly you think, hmm, maybe I don't need that much house. Or maybe I want to wait a few more months. Or maybe I thought I wanted what I wanted isn't actually what's best for my family. Can I tell you something? That's okay. You haven't failed. You didn't give up. You learned something, and now you're making a decision with better information. If you're just joining me, good morning. Today we're talking about something buyers don't hear enough. You're allowed to change your home buying plan. Changing the plan doesn't mean you failed. Sometimes it means you've gotten clear about what you actually want. This is something I think is really important. There can be a big difference between can I afford this and do I want this payment every month? Those aren't the same questions. You may qualify for a certain amount. That doesn't mean you have to spend that amount. Maybe you'd rather buy a little less house and continue taking family vacations. Maybe you want room in your budget for your kids' activities. Maybe you want to keep saving. Maybe you enjoy eating out. Maybe you want money left over at the end of every month without worrying about every dollar, right? Those things matter too because you're just not buying a house. You're going to live a life inside that house. And I don't want the house to become the reason you can't enjoy your life you're building, right? That's something I wish more people talked about. And sometimes it's not the house that changes, it's the timing. Maybe you originally wanted to buy this fall. Then we look at everything and realize, you know what? If we give ourselves 6 months, we're going to be in a much stronger position. That's not bad news at all. Now you have 6 months with a purpose. There's a difference between saying, I can't buy, and saying, I'm prepared to buy. One leaves you feeling stuck, the other gives you direction. If you're just hopping on, welcome. We're talking about this morning about what you're allowed, why you're allowed to change the plan. Maybe the price changes, maybe the house changes, maybe the timeline changes for you. The goal can stay the same even when the path changes. I want y'all to hear that again. The goal can stay the same even when the path changes. This is also why I don't believe my job is simply to get someone approved and send them house shopping. My job is to listen. What are you trying to accomplish? What's important to your family? What payment are you comfortable with? What does your life need to look like after you get the keys? What does your life need to look like after you get the keys? Then we can start building around that. And sometimes I tell someone, yes, you can do this, but I also want them to know just because we can doesn't automatically mean we should. Let's look at the whole picture. Let's talk about the options. And then you make the decision because it isn't my house, it's yours. This isn't my payment, it's yours. This isn't my life, it's yours. My job is to give you information, help you understand your options, and walk beside you while you make the decision that's right for you and your family. Let me ask you something this morning. If you had to choose between a bigger house with a tighter budget or a little less house with more freedom every month, which would you choose? Put house or freedom in the comments for me. Hey guys, thank y'all for hopping on. I appreciate your time, taking time out of your Sunday morning for me. There's no wrong answer here. A tighter budget or to live more free, right? And that's exactly the point. And if you're sitting there thinking, Melissa, I'm not putting my finances out there in the comments for you, I don't blame you. You don't have to. But I do want you to think about that question because sometimes we get so focused on getting the house that we forget to ask what we want our life to look like after we get it. If you're thinking about buying and don't know what your plans should look like yet, that's okay. That's exactly where we can start. If you want to talk before doing an application, schedule a 30-minute guided clarity conversation with me. I'll put my comments in the link. I love it. Araceli put free. Yes. Amen to that, right? We want to be free when we buy a house. We don't want to be stuck because we're house poor. So let me put my link in there. This is for a free guided 30-minute guided clarity conversation, guys. I would love to talk to y'all. No pressure. We'll talk about your goals, your questions, and what your next steps look like. And if you're saying, Melissa, I'm ready, let's find out what I can do. You can complete my mortgage, my secured mortgage application. I'll put that in the comments as well. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Let me know if y'all have any questions right now at all. Either way, you don't have to figure out the whole plan before reaching out. We can build that together. I love building a plan together with y'all. And I also want to invite you, if you enjoy these conversations, if you're not already following me, I'd love for you to stay connected. I'm going to put my Facebook, my YouTube channel, and my TikTok in the comments for Facebook and YouTube. Please subscribe, follow all those things. We talk about mortgages, we talk about all things. Please subscribe and follow and turn on the notifications so you know when I go live. I'm live Sunday mornings at 8:30 and on Wednesdays at 11:30 for lunch lives. I want to thank you so much. Happy birthday, Dixon. You're 6 years old. That is an amazing age. I hope you have a wonderful day, Dixon. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for spending your part of your Sunday with me. Before I go, I want to leave you with one thing. Changing the plan doesn't mean you're giving up on the dream. Sometimes changing the plan is exactly how you protect your dream. Sometimes changing the plan is exactly how you protect your dream, guys. Give yourself permission to learn. Give yourself permission to adjust and give yourself permission to choose what makes sense for your life and nobody else's life because they're not living your life. You know exactly what you need for your life. And now I'm getting ready to head to one of my favorite parts of Sunday, worshiping with my church family. If you're looking for somewhere to worship this morning or you're worshiping from home, we'd love to have you join us online at 1045 at Potosi Baptist Church. And I'm going to put that link also in the comments because it is an amazing, I'm not saying that to be biased, but it is an amazing church to be a part of, even if you join us online. So the link is in the description. I hope y'all have a wonderful Sunday. And remember, the goal doesn't have to change just because the plan does. Again, the goal doesn't have to change just because the plan does. Keep moving forward one wise step at a time. Again, I'm Melissa with Lending with Melissa, powered by Edge Home Finance. God bless you, and I will see you Wednesday morning at 11:30 for lunch live. I'll catch y'all soon.